Alright, well, somebody asked me to make a Ginyu deck that also uses blue, so blue, yellow Ginyu. Also, somebody else commented on Facebook that since I don't have a Ginyu deck profile, I'm bad. I don't know if he means by I'm a bad player or a bad Yugi tuber, right? I mean DBS tuber, right? But whatever. I was like, I don't have to make a Ginyu deck to be good as a player or as a video maker. I can make whatever I want. It's my channel. But regardless, I do plan to make deck profiles with every leader. I just been busy. I already have deck profiles already. I already have decks already built with almost all the leaders. I just been too busy to make the videos, which is why you haven't. So if you want a video for a certain leader, it's a good idea to let me know that you want the deck profile for a specific leader, and I'll try to add that as top priority of, you know, of what I'm gonna, of the deck profiles I'm gonna put out. But on my own free time, I'm gonna put out what I'm gonna put out when I feel like it, in the order I feel like it, unless people request, and I do accept requests. Like for example, this is a Ginyu deck. I will make another Ginyu deck later of my own choosing. This one was requested. So obviously I'm gonna use Ginyu. The main goal is to trigger his auto main effect to get a Ginyu Force card and play it for free from your life. So that's what you want to do with him. He has when he's awakened, you can add one card from your life to your hand. This card gains double strike for the duration of the turn. If there are 2 or more of your Ginyu Force in play, this card gains an additional 5+ power for the duration of the turn. So it becomes a 20k with double strike, and when he attacks, you draw a card. The most typical thing, right? So that's really good. You know what I mean? Double strike, and then you play a card to give him critical. Not give him. If once they create a card that gives them critical, it'd be even more dangerous. But you know, you can obviously use cards to boost up his attack, so it makes it harder to block him. But the fact that he's a double strike is always good. I prefer cards that have critical, and then you give them double strike with a card effect. That way they do 2 crits. That's what I prefer. But anyway, moving on. It's pretty basic, straightforward on how to use Ginyu. So then you want to make sure you have enough Ginyu forces that are not Ginyu himself. So this deck only has 6 Ginyus, and the rest are Ginyu forces and other cards. So for example, we have Ginyu, the Reliable Captain. He has a pretty good effect, of course. Permanent effect, all Ginyu in your hand gain evolution, 3 yellow, 2 of anything, to play, you know, and then you evolve it on top of a Ginyu. Auto ability, when you play this card, choose any number of your Ginyu Force from your hand other than Ginyu, and then play them. So obviously this is a good way to swarm the field, which is why we have 4 of them in the deck. Because you play him, then you can play all your other Ginyu cards and fill up your field. So obviously you would play him. Then we have Raccoon, because he's a Ginyu Force card, don't need to explain him too much. We have Birder, again another Ginyu Force card. We have Jace, another Ginyu Force card. They also have Frieza's Army as a special trait, you know, in case that's relevant if you splash in other decks. Then we have Goldo. So those are all the Ginyu Force cards that you'll be able to trigger the leader with to get them onto the field for free. That's mainly how you want to get them on the field, is get them on the field for free. And then here's the blue aspect of the deck. Zamasu the Invincible, he's indestructible, so it's good to have a 15k indestructible in the deck. That is all the reason he's in the deck, because he's 15k, he's indestructible. We have Mighty Attacks on Goku. You could play Vegeta if you want, but you know, I like the Goku one, so that's why I play the Goku 15k critical one, that we have critical in the deck. And then we have Revenge with blocker, so we have Courageous Heart, yeah, Jirobe. So that's the only blue I splashed into the deck, because they give you these abilities: Revenge, blocker, critical, and indestructible. So that's the only blue I splashed in. Don't need any other blue other than that in this particular build, since I am trying to focus more on the Ginyu side, but splashed in blue because I was requested to mix in blue, and I just decided just to add some blue effects into the deck. We got Frieza's Call, because this lets you choose one Frieza's Army card with energy cost 2 or less from your deck, and then put into play rested, then shuffle your deck. So for 1 energy, you can quickly get a Goldo from your deck, or a Birder, and double checking, and a Raccoon. You can grab either one of those and get them onto the field relatively quickly. A pretty good target would be Raccoon, because this card gains 6k power during your opponent's turn, so it'd be 16k during your opponent's turn. While rested, so he'll have a better chance of surviving your opponent's turn once you use the Frieza's Call to summon him out. Because like I said, they do have Frieza's Army in their special traits, so obviously this card can grab pretty much any one of those. So it's just a way of thinning out the deck and getting stuff on the field. The cheaper it is for you to get stuff on the field, the better. Especially if you're going to use it for boosting, for cost, or even for evolving or whatever. It's always good to get stuff out real cheap and early in the game. Then we have Raccoon Eraser Gun. It's more for its theme base. Like I have it in there because it's Raccoon Eraser Gun, and we have Raccoon in the deck. So that's the only real reason I put it in the deck. It's a good card nonetheless. You can use it to, set up a turn where you're like, okay, my opponent's gonna try to go off next turn. So I'm instead of me playing anything, I'm gonna just, not play anything, end my turn. They try to go off, try to end you out in one turn, then you play this and stop them. So now they put too much resources into try to end you out that turn, but you stop them, and then next turn you can make a comeback and take them down, or just cripple their play and make it where, like, well, you used your best trick, your deck's ultimate strategy, and I was able to counter it by negating the attack that turn, for the whole turn, the whole battle phase. And then now I just got rid of all the battle cards you summon that turn, trying to end me out. Now I get rid of them through card effects and then end you out. For example, you can use Crusher Ball, because if they try to attack you and they use this to negate their best attacker, now their best attacker is rested. Now you can destroy it with not Crusher Ball. Oh, I didn't even put it in this deck. For some strange reason, I thought this was Death Razor. It's like you can use Death Razor to kill the monster. But either way, you'll manage to beat their monsters and their battle cards and whatnot. Sorry, I'm trying to go through this profile real quick. So, Crusher Ball is just another way to counter and slow your opponent down, so that way you can have the advantage. Because you can rest once they play a battle card, you rest it, makes the battle card relatively useless that turn. Then on your turn, you can attack it with one of your battle cards and get rid of it. Sometimes I like to combo Crusher Ball with a Death Razor, but I'm not using Death Razor in this build. But you can try to fit it in if you want. My next build will definitely have Death Razor. Then of course we have Cold Bloodlust, because you just need a Frieza Army card as your leader to play it, and Ginyu is both Ginyu Force and Frieza Army, so obviously it'll let you play Cold Bloodlust, and Cold Bloodlust is obviously a good card to play. Normally this slot will be for Death Razor, but since I can play Cold Bloodlust, I'm playing Cold Bloodlust instead of Death Razor. So that's why it's not in the deck. But of course I could try to make space by taking out, one of these blue battle cards and replace the other ones. Like my next profile will look a lot like this one, except without the blue. And then of course 2 Elite Force Ginyu, Captain Ginyus, because has a good effect. It's 25k. When you play this card, choose all of your Ginyu Force battle cards. Those cards get 10k power and double strike for the duration of this turn. So it's a good win condition that you can use late game to power up all your Ginyus Force cards on the field, and since they're all now double attackers, for that turn, you can just go in, attack your opponent, and end them out. And that's the end of the deck profile.